Hi guys. Hey, Becky here. I'm doing a private video this time, and I will set it to go live on Friday, which the one we did on Monday was supposed to do, but live and learn. I'm going to go ahead and give you another stitch for this week. I have received feedback that the stitch that we just did, the Almond Ridges, has given some a little bit of trouble. So they've chosen to do a different stitch, and that is perfectly fine. That's fine. This is not meant to be stressful in any way. So if you can't manage the stitch, even after trying it 3 or 4 times, feel free to go find a tutorial that you can connect with. Okay. And so let's talk about this week's stitch. This week's stitch is a crocheted stitch. Of course, this was a crochet along. And we are going to do the Primrose Stitch. And this tutorial is brought to you by Bag O Day Crochet. That's her channel, Bag O Day Crochet. The link to the tutorial is in the description box. The turning chain is a one chain to turn. You have there's 2 rows you're going to repeat. I did the 2 rows twice, so I did a total of 4 rows. If you start the video at the 4-minute mark, she will get you to rows 3 and 4, which is the pattern repeat. The first 2 rows are a beginning chain and then a single crochet across. Since we're working in previous work, I just started mine where the row 3 was added to the single crochet. So I'm going to show you what mine looks like. It's a really easy stitch. You all shouldn't have any trouble with this one. You're doing single crochets, half double crochets, and double crochets and chaining. So here's this week's stitch where you can see, and I'm back using the black thread, so it's hard to see, but you have like there's the very first row, row 3 is basically you start with a half double crochet in the first stitch, and then across you skip 2 stitches after you do the first one. So you do a half double crochet, and then in the very next stitch you do a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then you skip 2 stitches, and then you do single crochet, 2 chains, single crochet. The single crochet, 2 chains, and a single crochet, skipping 2, is what you do on rows 3. Now on the row 4, you start with a double crochet in the first stitch, and then in the chain space of the previous row, you're going to put 3 double crochets. And she shows you how to do this. And all I did is I repeated what she said to do for rows 3 and 4. This would make a beautiful baby's blanket if you wanted to do it in baby weight yarn. I think this Primrose Stitch would be beautiful in a baby blanket. So that's all there is to it. I hope that you can see. You can kind of see the little shells with a single crochet, and then this is the double crochet row, and then back to a single crochet shell, and then the double crochet. You do groups of 3 double crochets into the top of your space of your single crochet shell. And then the stitch below is the Almond Ridges stitch. And I think where people are running into trouble with that one is you have to be kind of relaxed. You got to relax when you're doing the slip stitches involved. And if you start pulling that too tight, your row will shrink down. And I think she made a comment in that tutorial video to keep it as loose as you can, because you're going to be working into those stitches. If you pull it too tight, it's going to tighten everything down. But I think I've done pretty good in keeping mine pretty good. The only thing is where I'm switching between the different weights. starting with the yarn. They all say 4 on them, but you can obviously see where I think this is Karen Simply Soft. It has a 4 on it, but it's not the same 4 as like Impeccable yarn. So you might get a little bit of waviness on your sides, just as long as it doesn't start, pinching way in or going way out. You'll be okay. And I was thinking when we get done with this, we could just go around the outside with a simple border of like double crochet or something, just to give it a border. But we've got all year to worry about that. So like I said, I did 4 rows this week on this particular stitch. And I come out where I've now got 34 stitches across. I'm not sure how that happened because I started with a chain of 132. So I've gained 2 stitches somewhere along the way. Not sure how that happened. I can always kind of bring that in by combining 2 stitches in a stitch. But right now it looks fine to me. So this is mine so far. I'm using the camera on the laptop right now, so that's why so those are the stitches we've done so far. And this moss or linen stitch that we did, I think it's also what another person called a bean stitch. So all of these stitches seem to have multiple names. So we may repeat a stitch that you identify with as something we've already done. And in that case, it's because whoever's done the tutorial has tricked me and came up with another name. So anyhow, this Friday, because we've got 2 this week, the Primrose Stitch. And before that, we had the Almond Ridges. And so I hope you guys are still enjoying this. Again, if you have trouble with a stitch, don't get upset or anything like that. Do like some others and just choose something else. Or if you wanted to repeat one that we've already done, repeat a section in a stitch we've already done. Sorry, guys, hang on. Something choked me. I don't know what. So I hope, again, that you all are having fun with this. And I will see you next Friday for another stitch.